So it might be my goal in life to give a TED Talk one day. And I might be a little nervous, but I think it would be a lot awesome. And I know exactly what I would say. And it starts with this picture of Sputnik. On October the 4th, 1957, Sputnik crossed the night sky. Here it was the height of the Cold War and a true wake-up call for the American people. As a teacher, it is my job to motivate students to reach their fullest potential. And if we look realistically, STEM jobs are expected to grow faster than average for all other occupations. Motivating students and society to support STEM education is very important. So this is the age-old question. How do we do that? How do we motivate our students to enjoy math or pursue science and technology, to truly have that desire to learn and explore? In the 1960s, President Kennedy challenged Americans. We will go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. I challenge my students to do the hard things and to make goals for their lives. Well, back in the 1960s, Americans who had been scared as they saw Sputnik cross the night sky were again reinvigorated in the cause of exploration and the cause of education, especially in STEM. We got behind our scientists, those same scientists who had once been students in elementary schools and middle schools in a classroom just like ours, and we rose to the challenge. We sent 12 Americans to the lunar surface. I'm so excited to be a teacher because it is my job to motivate these students to truly love learning, to love math and science, to truly have that desire to make a difference in the world. And one way that I keep up my excitement about this and my enthusiasm in the classroom is by participating in the things that NASA offers teachers. I've gotten to grow seeds that have been flown in space. I've gotten to sit in Apollo mission control. I've gotten to test out physics with a Velcro suit and a Velcro wall. I've gotten to try on space helmets, and I've even eaten at the Starport Cafe. And yes, I was just looking around seeing if there was an astronaut nearby. I have gotten to go to the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory and also have explored the mock-up of the space shuttle. I've gotten to do experiments, and I've gotten to handle lunar rock. One of the best experiences of my life was when I was able to go on G-Force 1. And you might have heard it referred to as the Vomit Comet or Weightless Wonder, but those are actually 3 different airplanes. The first one on the left is the Vomit Comet. It has been retired and is at Ellington Field. The Weightless Wonder is NASA's aircraft, but at the time of my flight, it was being cleaned or revamped in some sort of way. So we had to go on G-Force 1, which is a private company. We did experiments while on board, and these experiments we can bring back into the classroom. So how exciting it is to see an experiment with Earth-like conditions and Earth-like gravity, and then being able to watch a video of the same experiment in a hypergravity situation or a microgravity situation. It's pretty awesome.
And that sort of sounds scary, but we won't be doing it in zero G.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah, we've seen it before, it's flown before. We're going to be doing it in hypergravity. So similar glove box, we have the cameras attached just like the other glove box, and then we've got the magnetic strip down here for our ball bearings. So just teaching our students Newton's laws of motion, pretty much, and also some math concepts with equations.
These are the teachers that were able to experience this awesome adventure with me. And they might have puked for science, but I didn't. It was a miracle, but I didn't. They did give you a shot before you took off in the airplane to kind of help with the motion sickness. It didn't help everyone, but it helped me, thankfully. This is me getting in 0G or G-Force 1. Yay! This is the back of the airplane that actually had seats in it. The front of the airplane did not, so we could do our experiments in the front of the airplane. But on takeoff and landing, we sat in the seats. Now this is how you simulate microgravity. You get in an airplane, you go straight up, and then you turn and go straight down. This is what we call a parabola. and you do it again and again, about 40 times. So you experience about 30 seconds of microgravity and then 30 seconds of hypergravity. So when you're going up, you experience hypergravity, which means more gravity than what's on Earth. And when you are going down, free falling, you are experiencing a microgravity environment. During our flight briefing, right before my zero gravity flight, the head of the program, Doug Goforth, told us of an experience he had. He had been a firefighter in a previous job, and one day they were called out for a house fire. The fire alarm had gone off. They suited up, went to the home, and searched the home for the fire, the reason the alarm had gone off. He said they looked in every closet, the attic, they searched every room in the entire house. They finally determined that it had been a false alarm. They were filling out the different paperwork on the dining room table when it dawned on him that this home was the exact floor plan of his own home. He had been so intent on finding the fire, he had not seen the bigger picture. He told us that this was truly a once-in-a-lifetime event to be able to experience microgravity. He wanted us to truly see what we were experiencing and challenged us to take 30 seconds to truly look around and see what we were experiencing in a microgravity environment. I took his advice to heart, and during the flight, I did. I truly saw what I was experiencing. I saw people doing research with their legs in the air. I saw the smiles on people's faces as they free floated, and I truly saw what I was experiencing. I think too often as teachers, we forget to look at that bigger picture, to truly see what we are experiencing. I try each and every day to take that 30 seconds and truly see my classroom, to see the students, the individuals who add so much to my day, to know this is where I need to be and want to be each day. In 1969, we were able to land on the lunar surface. We did the hard things. NASA gave us also Curiosity in August of 2012. I stayed up late that night. I think it was like 12:30 a.m. our time to watch the impressive landing, and of course cried and cheered as Curiosity landed and sent back those first pictures. At the press conference that same night, John Grotzinger, a leading scientist for Curiosity, said, "There is no greater inspiration for middle school children that are going to math and science and engineering than a mission to Mars. The number of hits on the website is unparalleled. The emphasis is on the excitement that this generates is what we bestow upon our children. It is what we bestow on our students, our excitement, our enthusiasm that can only be contagious, and our hands-on and engaging lessons. And maybe it will be one of our students whose footsteps will be imprinted on the Martian surface."